Oh, now I normally say lots going on. Lots going on. We got updates.
Because we came from a weekend, so
that's true. That's true.
A few things happened on the weekend.
We got big story. Jay Morant. I'll give you that because I know you don't know anything going on with that. Mm-hmm. Jamie Foxx is in the news again. Believe it or not. Kanye West.
I think he's gonna be in the news until he leaves this earth.
Jonathan Majors is dating Megan Good. Who would have saw that coming?
Crazy right there. It's so funny because this past weekend I looked at 25 years of Def Comedy Jam. And I said, well, let me look at this again because I think I looked at some little bit of it before because it was a rerun. I mean, it was filmed back. It had to been. I'm looking at Megan in the audience with her husband. Her first.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago.
Wait, how long ago was this?
Yeah, that wasn't long ago.
Because was it this year when she said she's
no, that was like last year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't that long.
So it's funny how when you see couples together in some show, that lets you know it's an old show.
Right.
Because you say they not together no more.
Right. Okay. So who saw that coming? Who else?
I saw it coming for her leaving her husband, but not that going to Majors.
Kirk Franklin and his wife have a new dating show. So a bunch of stuff.
My mom and I watch it.
So let's start off with Jay Morant. Now, we normally end with Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day. Well, not anymore.
You starting out with a donkey.
I'm starting off with...
So he made him donkey.
Charlamagne made Jay Morant donkey of the day.
Okay.
So we starting off with the donkey of the day. All right.
Okay.
Why did he make Jay Morant donkey of the day?
He was in one of our discussions.
Well, let me bring everybody up to speed. So we're going to offer a different perspective, though, on this. Because everybody's reading him. They really mad at him and said, how dare you?
What's this incident?
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
So before we talked about the fact that Jay Morant, young basketball player, offered like over $200 million, okay? So he's offered a lot of money to play.
Okay. And he's young.
Yeah, with the Grizzlies. He's 23, I think. 23 or 24. Okay. So he's young.
Think back when
he's the one that his dad is always in the audience and he almost got in a fight with Shannon. So his parents are involved.
So he comes from
middle class family.
But I'm saying for his dad to get involved, that's in him.
Well, he's involved though. He's involved.
Okay.
So he's not some kid from the street or, some guy struggling to...
His dad is invested in him, so he's going to cover his...
Yeah, he's not a kid that comes from the hood and didn't know his father and single mom and he's struggling. He's trying to get rid of the street hood.
This is a dad who's like, look, son.
And he's intelligent. He speaks until he went to... he's smart.
Okay.
He's not a hood, but he hang around guys.
Where's he from?
I can't remember.
Okay. Y'all know where he's from. Put it in the box.
So anyway, he was the one that was caught bringing a gun into the club. And you're not supposed to be having guns in the club or having them out like that. So he got in trouble for that. He's the one that was in the strip club. They were showing him in the strip club. I showed you that.
Right.
So the first time he got in trouble, which was like a month ago. I don't even know if it's been 3 weeks ago we talked about this.
It's about a month. Over a month.
I think they said 3 weeks ago. It ain't been that long. Well, maybe when we talked about it, but he was suspended for 8 games.
Okay.
And then he went on. He had to go to training or some kind of sensitivity training, whatever. So then he went on and had an interview, and he said he learned, it's a lot he learned and he got to deal with. He can't just be doing anything because he's in the position of, kids looking at him and stuff.
It's kind of funny that he's having all these issues and he has a dad.
Right.
Usually people say one parent and dad's missing.
Right.
A void's missing and that kid's like, this dude got a father.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
So that's one. So he learned his lesson. That's what he got on there saying.
Apparently not.
I learned my lesson. I won't do this again. He lost $40 million.
Again. It's got the word suspended on it.
He lost $40 million.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Big lesson.
But he didn't lose his whole contract. Okay. So we like, okay, $40 million from 200. You still got $160 million. Okay. So you good. We keeping you up. You all right? All right. So then, this weekend, He was on Instagram Live with the gun again.
They're not even playing though, right?
They off season. He's not even playing.
No, because it's playoffs, so they didn't make it.
No, so all he had to do is just chill for the whole summer.
Well, that's scary because it's almost like when they're off season or they're done with the season. That's when they do get in trouble.
Well,
go ahead.
This guy just got in trouble, so he shouldn't have done anything.
Go ahead.
So his friend was in the car. They was in the Jeep. Him, his friends. And they flexing for the gram.
Sound like he got to get new friends.
Yeah, he flexing up for the gram. You know how they be holding up money and everything, and like, hey, holding their watches up and listening to NBA YoungBoy, and they flexing. Mm-hmm. Well, his stupid friend has the camera.
Get rid of your friend.
And he turns the camera on to Jay, and Jay holds up a gun. Now, his friend didn't know he was going to hold up a gun, but still.
He on camera, though.
Jay holding up a gun, and his friend put the camera down real fast.
Too late.
Too late. People didn't screenshot everything. That 1 second.
Does he have a gun? Click.
So his team found out about it and suspended him now, and they're gonna go come back and say how long. Now, some people feel like he should be suspended indefinitely, kicked out of the league and all this.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
To me, not enough to kick him out of the league.
Right? They were in a car.
Yes.
Okay. They wasn't in the club like he was last time.
Yes.
Okay.
They was in the car.
Nobody else was harmed.
Some people think he's going to get suspended for at least half the season when they come back. So he'll be gone half the season.
Okay.
People are really disappointed in him. Mm-hmm. A lot of basketball players, celebrities are making videos and everything. Mm-hmm. They think he's an idiot. They think he's dumb. They think he's stupid. I got a different perspective.
Okay, before you go to the different perspective,
go ahead.
I'm seeing that other side real strong.
Who would do that and get rid of his $160 million contract?
You got in trouble before for holding a gun up. Mm-hmm. Got in trouble before. Mm-hmm. For showing a gun. Yeah. You know, in the news, I don't think he's been under a rock. Mm-hmm. There's so much gun violence out there.
Right. Why would you have a gun?
Why would you show it?
Right.
Okay. So we get it. You got one, but
right. You flexing
like you trying to sell it. Buy this gun for $200.
Flexing it. You're not showing like it's for protection. You showing it like you flexing.
I don't understand how you're gonna protect that.
Okay, I'm getting ready to tell you.
Go ahead.
All right, everybody hold it. Everybody calm and relax and calm down. Coming from the perspective of everybody saying he's an idiot, everybody's saying he's an idiot and that he's stupid. Okay? Oh, let me say hello to everybody. Scooby-Doo says hello, everyone. Hey, Scooby. Hey. Sheila Price says hello, ladies. Love your content. Oh, hey, Sheila. Sheila's new. Mm-hmm. And Scooby-Doo says, donkey of the day, he should be at the end. You are in violation.
Let's hear her side.
All right. Let me tell you why we put him up.
Another perspective.
I don't think he's stupid. Let me tell you what I think is going on with him. If they say he's not on drugs.
We didn't say stupid.
No, people saying he's dumb. Who does that?
Well, not stupid. Okay. Maybe another word where you like, that's you're not thinking.
Some people saying if he's not on drugs or nothing, because drugs would explain it.
Okay. If he was drunk.
Or drunk like or something. Drunk. Okay. But they saying no, he's not on drugs. He
wasn't drunk that time?
Or nothing.
Okay.
I don't think he wants to be there. Let me tell you why.
You think he's pressured by his dad?
Let me tell you why. And you hit it. You said,
"Come on, son."
I told you.
Make that shot.
When we started off, I said he was the one that got in an argument with Shannon.
Yeah.
2 involved.
Yeah.
2 involved.
Is he one of those parents?
So let me tell you what I think.
But then again, people probably gonna be like, okay, you're a grown man.
No,
now.
I agree. It's his fault for doing whatever he did. I get it.
No, I'm saying a grown man and not be pressured by your dad.
I'm saying that. He's a grown guy. Okay. He's not a kid anymore.
Okay.
But I don't think he wants that. I don't think he wants the fame. I don't think he cares about.
But he wants to go down that way.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
I bet you he was one of these kids that had to practice all the time, who friends was doing whatever they wanted, and he couldn't. Because he comes from a 2-parent home. I'm not giving excuses.
No.
All right. I'm explaining why.
No. I'm not saying you're giving excuses. I'm going down that road.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking too, some people probably sit back and go, you do enjoy it.
No, hold on.
Do you enjoy the money?
Hold on. I think he likes basketball.
But not pressured like, well, I gotta have rules.
I don't think he likes
regulations,
the fame and the money that comes with basketball.
He enjoys the sport.
I think he enjoys the sport. Because think about it. And I had to think about this logically. You never heard anything negative about him when he was in high school.
Right.
You never heard anything negative about him when he was in college. See, at college level, you still fun.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
Because they even trying to get kids to be paid.
You still have some notoriety, but not...
You got scouts watching.
You don't have a whole team relying on you. You don't have millions and millions and millions of fans relying on you.
Okay.
You don't have...
So the stakes are higher.
You don't have a whole group of people whose families rely on you making money, because you hire people, right? When you at that level, he has a staff. Yeah. He has people who feed their families off of what he does.
He's in an income bracket
and he's 23. So I believe, in my opinion, and I don't know if he's consciously doing it.
Nobody has ever thought that side of it.
I don't think he's conscious of it. I think it's subconscious. I don't think he wants this. He couldn't possibly and still act this stupid.
If the basketball league goes, let's say they get on that journey and they think what you're thinking, then they're probably gonna get rid of him.
No,
why wouldn't they?
I think
if they feel like he's not in it,
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna get counseling. He needs counseling.
Well, you think that person then see where he has
something that he is acting out. That the only way he can do it is by bumping up against what he knows everybody expects him to do. Okay. He's almost like that good kid.
Well, that's not going to hurt. You're right. Counseling's not going to hurt.
He's almost like that good kid that sneaks out the house and goes to the house party, and everybody at the house party is getting drunk and falling out and doing drugs and fighting, and they're there. And they almost get in trouble because they're there. But that doesn't fit their MO. To me, it does not fit. His friends around him don't fit him.
It's like you when you had that situation where you said it was when you was back in school and they came in and they could have gotten you.
Oh yeah, I was hanging. This was at college. Yes, I'm Jay Morant.
Okay,
I'm at college. No reason to be hanging with people in the street.
You're a fun girl.
I'm not even a street person.
No.
2 family parent home, middle class, never been in the streets in my life.
Yeah.
If it was Instagram back then, I would have been doing what Jay Morant is doing, flexing for the gram.
Oh, wow.
So at college, this girl who was funny to me, but a street person. And
Mom, bring me some napkins.
A street person. So I'm thinking to myself, she fun. I like fun. I'm funny.
Yeah.
I hang with her a little bit. I'm tired of hanging with the people that I'm used to, that's regular college people.
Okay.
Let me hang with a street person.
Okay. Because she's fun.
And she fun.
Okay.
So we was driving. She said, I got to go. This dude I'm talking to, I got to go by there and holler at him. I was like, okay. So we go to, they're at a hotel. And I'm thinking to myself, why is he at a hotel? But anyway, it don't matter. I get out.
Like she didn't meet him at the house or something.
But I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're naive.
And young. So we get out. We go in the hotel. And we walk in. It's him and it's like a bunch of other guys. And they all just sitting around. And when we walk in, they was quiet. And they started like looking. Like they knew her. They didn't know me. So they was looking like, who is this that you bringing over here? And she cool, y'all. She cool. And then they still
any new face in their circle,
but they still wasn't. They don't know you, and they don't know me.
Anything.
So after being there a while and talking, and they saw I was funny and I was laughing, they was asking me a lot of questions about me. Who are you? Where you from? But they was asking it in a way, and these was like the NA words, because I say the NA word, but I'm on here, so I won't say it in front of y'all.
Okay.
These is hood dudes.
Okay.
So they was asking me questions, where you from and what you do, all this stuff. So they could tell by my response that I wasn't a cop.
Okay.
Or they could just tell. You could tell they used to knowing what questions to ask people to know if you're a cop or not.
Insight on who you are.
So when they realized I wasn't a cop, they realized I really am just talking to this girl because she's funny. We talk. They started to let their guard down. And then I found out they was drug dealers.
You sitting there chit-chatting.
Because I'm like, and they knew I was stupid because I'm like, why y'all in a hotel? That's probably another reason why they said she ain't street gang.
Okay.
Anybody from the street would know why they was in a hotel. I'm like, y'all ain't got no house or something?
Y'all can meet somewhere.
And they talking about they was moving drugs from Atlanta because this was down south in Alabama. They was moving drugs from Atlanta across.
There's some big dealers.
They was the smaller boys though.
Oh, okay.
But they was still,
Okay.
And so they was like drug dealers. And so I was sitting there going, so how they don't catch y'all or whatever. And they was like, that's how we keep moving. And when we left there, it was like, even then I had the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit said, don't you ever do that again. You are not no hood.
Did they raid them?
But there's no, thank you.
You said
there's no reason for me to put myself in that situation.
Because you mentioned you'll be along with them.
But I'm not a street person.
No.
She was. So it's meant for her to be there.
Okay.
That's her dude.
Okay.
Why am I there?
Yeah.
And it was like God told me they get raided all the time.
Wow.
You would have been in it.
You would have been in that raid. See, but
hold on. So that's how I feel about him.
But you're a little different than him, a little.
Well, I don't have $160 million contract.
And then too, sometimes being at that level is attracting knuckleheads to him. Right? Are these good friends of his from years ago?
See?
It attracts. He's a basketball star. Hey, dude, can I hang with you?
And I feel like he wants that life, which is stupid. But he wants that because I don't think he had it when he was growing up. That's exciting to him to listen to NBA Youngboy and them talk about the streets and all of this, where he don't understand that they talking about something that they live. Some of them.
Yeah.
NBA Youngboy does.
Okay.
At this day, a lot of them are. Okay. The rappers that you hear talk
that's
street,
been the big discussion. Are they living what they actually talk about?
Back in the day, no.
Okay.
They would talk about all that and they wasn't.
You don't stop.
But these rappers today, when they talking NBA Youngboy, all of them, they literally are from the street.
That's their testimony in song.
And these guys from these middle class, even these white kids, they listen to that and they want that life.
And there's some women like bad boys. Yes. They run after these bad boys.
And I think he didn't get in any trouble. He was probably hanging with these same dudes in college. Mm-hmm. He didn't get in any trouble because the spotlight wasn't on him. And also, he didn't have to carry all of these other things that he has to now. Mm-hmm. I believe that it's a burden to him now. And I think he's acting out subconsciously.
Well, here's the thing.
It's almost like he wants to lose it.
Here's the thing. It's like our family members who tell their sons and their daughters when they're a certain age and they're starting a job. You're starting a career.
Yes.
You sign a contract.
You have to dress a certain way. You gotta dress a certain way.
Oh man, I want to be
grow
free.
Up. No, you gotta
I want to do a YouTube station.
No,
I want to do rap and music in the basement.
You can't work. Now you can work at a middle or low class job, I guess,
and do that on the side.
No, I'm saying and wear your pants hanging and all that. You're not gonna get hired at IBM or whatever that's out.
And then I want to be there
and dress the way you dress, and they gonna give you millions of dollars.
Well, the bottom line is I think you hit the nail on the head. If the NBA kind of discerns that,
yes,
he does need a sit down with the counselor.
Yes,
he needs somebody to get in that head.
Yes,
and say and see where he's at.
Yes, and
then talk to him and say, "Do you want this?"
Because
this comes with the territory.
I don't think he's any different than a lot of these other basketball players. They just didn't have Instagram. Because Scottie Pippen, he pushed his girlfriend down the stairs.
Dennis Rodman.
I mean, if you go back and look at some of these stories, Michael Jordan, I'll give my Michael Jordan
with
story.
The gambling.
I won't go in detail, but I was at DePaul University.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember me and my friend, she's pretty. So, all the guys like her.
Yeah.
And the basketball players liked her. Yeah. And this one particular basketball player liked her. Uh-huh. And so he was our in. We was able to get into.
Because he liked her.
Yeah.
So that was your foot in the door to see the other players.
We could go see them. We could go see the Bulls. We could go see anybody. Uh-huh. And sit right in the front.
So no, you didn't pimp your friend.
Yeah, I did, because she's good looking. So one day we said, well, let's go on over to, what's his name? I'm going to say no names. Uh-huh. Let's go to their dorm, because we was at DePaul, the basketball. And this was when DePaul was number one.
Yes. I remember back in the day.
DePaul, we had the number
winning some games.
The number one NCAA.
DePaul Blue Demons in Chicago.
Okay. So they were celebrities.
Yes.
Mike Tyson, everybody was always at their dorm.
Okay.
And I remember this one particular day, I said, she said, let's go over and visit blank blank. Because we would always go over there and laugh and have fun.
Because he had fun with y'all. Y'all was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Mm-hmm. And we called him on the phone. He said, oh, no, y'all can't come over. Mike is here. Michael Jordan. And I said, Mike.
Was this before the repeats?
Yeah, this is him. No, this is right when he's famous, right when he's getting famous.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember saying, Michael Jordan, don't nobody care nothing about no Michael Jordan. We'll come over. He said, nah, we acting up over here. And I thought to myself, if they had a camera back then.
Social media.
Michael Jordan.
Messed up a lot of those players back in the day. Yep.
He was like, nah, y'all can't come over here. We acting up over here.
I'm sure they were doing a lot of stuff back then before the cameras.
So these guys got to move different. Mm-hmm. They got to move different.
But the thing is, aside from that, people gonna challenge you on this this view of him acting stupid. Because
I'm saying he's stupid. I'm saying why he's still acting
like
stupid.
I said, regardless of how he feels, if he's pressured, he's tired, I want to get out of this. I'm missing my friends. I can't hang out. I can't do nothing. Uh-huh. Understand, some things you do is just obviously not right. Yeah. You don't hold a gun in your camera shots.
Right.
And you are an NBA player.
Exactly.
You signed a contract. It's like working for a major TV network. And you're on the news.
And you just got in trouble for it 3 weeks ago.
Just got in trouble. So people gonna
No, that's why I'm saying I don't think he wants it.
And we'll see.
I don't think he wants it. I think he really wants them to get rid of him.
Okay, we'll move on.
I think he's like, I made enough money. I'm good. I don't want this. I don't want this pressure.
Besides saying hi to each other. I see that.
Okay, let's go back. Scooby-Doo,
I'm twisted.
M. Perk says, oh, it's Mike. Hi, ladies. Hi, everyone. Hey Mike. Emerald says, hi, ladies. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Emerald says, some run from responsibility. That's what I think it is, Emerald. Mm-hmm. I think he's running from responsibility.
He's 23 years old.
I don't think he's stupid. Everybody keeps leading the story off when he's stupid. Why would you jeopardize a $160 million contract to wave a gun? I think he doesn't want it.
Then he needs to get out.
Yeah. He knows.
Because he's putting this team out there too. The spotlight's on his team.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo says he probably never got a chance to be young and enjoy friends. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. M. Perk says too much time, too much money, and too much freedom and no responsibility.
At that young age.
Yes. I think it's too much, honestly, for 23.
One of the things our old pastor would always say, money magnifies you.
It magnifies
whatever you are at that moment, and you get a big lump of money.
And it doesn't matter. You're still that. If he's still at what he is at 23, all that money, the 160 million is just shining a bigger light on it. That's all.
If you're a giver and you love to help people and the money comes in, it's going to magnify you to give more.
M. Perk says, Wendy says, what's up, divas? Hey, Wendy. M. Perk says, this is an old story, has happened since the beginning of time. Yes. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Emerald says, well, Kim, if that's true, he will miss the money when it's gone. I agree.
Yes.
And Sheila says, sometimes parents want to live their lives through their children to take that route. Parents probably never something asked what he wanted out of life.
Thank you.
That's what I feel.
I feel
like that, because when I started off the story by saying his dad almost got in a fight with Shannon, that was a signal to me. That's a red flag. Everybody else's parents ain't almost fighting people in the audience.
Mm-hmm. They may get upset or uptight,
He's
but they
too invested.
They won't go aggressively.
And I'm not blaming his father, because Jay is a grown man.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming his mom. But what I am saying is, a lot of times when we have gifted kids, and I believe that playing basketball is a gift. Everybody can't play at that same level. People think they can, but they can't. Mm-hmm. That's more than just talent. That's a gift to be able to play at that high level. Mm-hmm. And I believe that he was gifted, and they saw it early, and they fed into it. Mm-hmm. It's like if your child is funny, or your child is you know what I'm saying, is smart or whatever, you feed into that.
I'm hoping that his dad and his parents, all in general, or his circle of family, grab a hold of him.
I'm coming at him different. I know he'll never
grab a hold of him and give him some direction and some tough loving, and get him through this.
I don't believe he'll ever see this, but what I am praying is that if I am right, that God will put this on his heart. Just walk away. It's 160 million. Dave Chappelle walked away.
I don't think
Dave Chappelle walked away.
But that's why I said.
Then he came back when he was ready for it.
But Dave Chappelle never left. That gift never left him.
His gift won't leave him.
Took a season. No. Basketball, you got a certain time frame. He walks away for 5 years.
No, he's 23.
I don't know. That's a tough one, because he's an athlete. What y'all think?
I don't know.
If you really. Here's the thing. You said
you just said it. He can't walk. That's what he said. That's why he waving a gun.
No, I'm going back to
I can't walk away.
No, here's the thing that you said. The nail is on the head when you said counseling.
Oh, yeah.
Let a counselor, psychiatrist, or whatever sit down with him and talk. Okay. If they got to do him one-on-one, have dad come in, have mom come in.
But y'all have
Let's hear his heart and where he's at. If he sincerely feels that pressure, like you're saying,
then let him walk away.
Then you let him walk away.
And stop saying
he won't be into it.
And
like
here's
he should.
The other thing that counseling is going to help him. Stop saying if you walk away, you can't come back. That's what could be pressure too, because you just said it. Dave Chappelle has a career that he could walk away and say, I'm going to come back and be funny later on.
I don't think it's the same thing, you guys. I don't think being a comedian is the same as an athlete.
Let me tell you.
Has time.
Let me tell you why.
Because even with them, people get concerned that they may injure their knee or something, even in the season.
But look what happened. We just came from watching George Foreman. Mm-hmm. George Foreman, God spoke to him and said,
"I want." That was a godsend.
No, Okay. And he was saying, "You preach my word." He
told him to come back too.
That's what I'm saying. If it's meant,
if favor for him,
if it is favor, he's only 23. He could leave for 3 years and come back and still be young enough.
Emerald said the same thing.
He can leave and come back.
Right now, the first thing is first. What you said. Let's see where his heart is.
Okay.
Because if he sincerely wants to walk away from this, he may not want to come back.
But he can't say. The reason why he's saying he can't walk away is because of what you're saying. People are telling.
We don't know. Let the psychiatrist figure it out.
No. What you're saying, you can't walk away.
They may not even be in his head. He may think like you.
I'm saying,
if I take a season off, I'm gonna come back. I'll be back. I'm just.
But you saying he can't.
That's my opinion. Emerald agrees with me.
That's
too.
what the people probably telling him.
I mean, to me, it's common sense in some stuff, depending on your sport. George Foreman was an exception because God called him back in there.
Right.
So when God calls you to something. He takes the foolishness of man to confound the wise. Right. The wise man will go, you out of shape. You didn't bit out the ring for this man. God says, when I tell you something, when Jesus says nobody can say no. He went back into the ring and he won like God showed his wife in the vision. But most people that are athletes, don't you think? If he goes out of season for maybe 4 years, he comes back at 27. He's already put years on his phone.
All I'm saying is,
not to say it can't happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It just makes it tougher.
So what he's doing is, because I believe that people keep telling him that, he wants them to kick him out.
You think?
Yeah, because if they kick him out, he can go away and get help and go away for a little while, and they'll bring him back in. Because they'll say he didn't walk away. He had to get some stuff straightened out.
That's a tough decision.
See?
I don't want to stay on him, though.
I don't think he can walk away. Because if he walks away, they're going to say, we spent millions of dollars on you.
But like you said, let's get in his head. Because he may not want to walk away. He may just want to,
All right, well, let's see
maybe
here.
His dad is pressuring him, like we said.
Or his father left his job. You ain't walking away. We didn't quit. Everybody working for you now, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like Whitney Houston when she had to carry her family on her, and her dad was even taking advantage of her money. You know who else walked away? Didn't Kobe? Kobe walked away. When Kobe got in trouble, y'all, he went away for a little bit. And then he came back, like maybe 2 years or something, and then he came back. Yeah, look that up. Okay.
So he might have to do a Kobe. Okay. Who also started early. Very early.
He went out of high school.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think. Remember, didn't they change that rule where they can't come out of high school no more?
I don't know. But
for
let's
the NBA?
Go. Emerald says, well, Kim, if that's true, he will miss the money when it's gone. That's what Sheila said. Sometimes parents want to live their lives through. Emerald says athletes have a time limit for their careers. Wendy says it's hard, but Ali did it. Yeah, he came back too. Emerald says Jay Morant needs to buckle down and take it seriously. Plus, he should be making investments, have a plan B in case of injury.
Thank you.
And Emerald says they may not want to take a chance and resign him. I agree.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot in jeopardy. But right now, it's like, what's her name that was the Olympics, gymnastics? Mm-hmm. She took a mental health break in the Olympics. And people was mad.
Okay.
Because she was representing our country in the Olympics. But everybody was like, nah, your mental health is more important.
Okay.
And that's what she made clear. We just spent a half an hour on this man.
That's a big story today. Yeah. Well, I'm only mentioning this. Okay. Jamie Foxx and daughter Corinne Foxx to host a new music trivia show.
He did one before. He did Name That Tune.
So maybe she wasn't lying. Everybody kept saying she was lying.
What show is this going to be?
Okay, it says Jamie Foxx will host a new music-centric trivia game show with his daughter, Corinne Foxx, beginning in 2024. The announcement comes after Corinne Foxx shared Friday that her father has been out of the hospital for weeks, recuperating and playing pickleball, I might add.
We learned
from a medical incident. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support, she wrote. We have an exciting work announcement coming next week. So this must be the exciting work announcement that she was talking about. The series will feature non-famous relatives of celebrities performing duets with their hidden famous family member as a studio audience competes to guess who the celebrity is according to Fox Entertainment.
We'll see how that one flies.
You know what? That's not a bad idea because I already know who's going to be on there. Jennifer Hudson and her sisters.
Why you say that?
Because her sisters sound like her. Jennifer Hudson's sisters sound... Remember when we saw them at Chicago?
Non-famous relatives.
Non-famous relatives singing with their
duets.
With their famous celebrity. And we have to guess who it is.
With the hidden famous family member.
Now they didn't say it was a music.
That doesn't make sense. Though.
No, that does make sense. But they didn't say that it was a musician. Well, they didn't say it was music. They said celebrity. So that's true. It could be an actor that we don't know could sing.
Oh, but we'll know the person they're singing with.
No, you don't see them. You got to guess who's singing.
Is it like that show, like
the Mask? It's like Masked Singer.
We'll see how this goes because there's so many of these kind of shows.
Yeah. Well, leave him alone, Lenore. The man just playing pickleball and he got a new show coming out.
He ready. He ready.
You already down in the man's show.
I didn't like the Name That Tune. Back in the day, Name That Tune was fun.
All right.
But this newer version of it,
okay. Emerald says Kobe had different work ethic. Yeah, he did. That's why he was able to pivot. He was able to go away and come back.
That's dude
Michael Jordan kind of went away. He went away
when his father was murdered.
When his father was
he played baseball, and he went away. Stunk at
but he was not at the spotlight. Wasn't all on him. See what I'm saying? He went away. That was his way of taking the spotlight off of himself because nobody was following him while he was playing baseball.
Right? They talked. They kind of laughed a little bit.
Yeah, but that was his way, and then he came back. But Jay Morant's not Michael Jordan, but he's good though.
And remember in the news, some people was upset because they feel like other people can't do what he did.
Yeah.
He can't just leave basketball and go play baseball.
Right.
And they let him on the team.
Well.
So people were like, oh, that's not fair because you're Michael Jordan. You get to play in the major leagues or whatever league he was in.
Jay Morant is that good though. He could leave and come back, y'all. He's not a bench player and he's not an average player.
LeBron James though.
He can be.
LeBron James can do that.
No, he's on his way.
I don't know Jay Morant.
You don't know him now, but you will. He's young.
Because everybody knew Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and he's only been in the league for 4 years.
See, so I don't know.
All right, well, let's see. You went back to Jay. You just kicked Jamie.
I'm looking at their comments.
You just kicked Jamie all out. So Jamie's coming back.
I'm glad that he's back though, doing his thing.
Jamie's coming back. All right. Okay. You want to do your Kirk real quick?
Yeah.
All right, Kirk Franklin, because you want to get
everybody talking about that show coming up.
Kirk and Tammy Franklin host TV One's new dating show, The One, that features a very fine, familiar face. We all know that Kirk Franklin can write a banging gospel song, but who knew he was also in the business of writing real-life love stories? The Grammy winner and his wife Tammy have teamed up with TV One to help two singles find love on a new dating show, The One, premiering Thursday, May 18th, so it's coming up.
This week.
At 9 p.m. Eastern,
Thursday.
8 Central, so Thursday.
Okay.
The TV dating show will be hosted by the power couple who apparently love to play part-time cupids and look forward to bringing their special skills set to a TV near you. So apparently in real life, they've hooked up people that stayed together.
Some people do that.
And so they feel like they good at it.
Okay.
When it comes to love, Tammy and I are the unofficial matchmakers. And now we're switching up the game, bringing our matchmaking expertise to the big screen, Kirk said in a press release about the new show. Being married 27 years does give us experience. Plus, I'm not the same person that I was at 25, added Tammy. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You evolved.
So they was on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to,
okay.
He brought her. I like her.
She's cool.
Mm-hmm. They brought them on the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. And of course, the first question was, is this a Christian dating show? This is not. He said this is not a Christian dating show. Mm-mm. And why do people feel like...
people's heart probably like, oh, yeah. You heathen, you. Like we were talking about judging a show ago.
Yeah.
People say they okay to judge.
Yeah.
I'm sure people's judging them.
Right. And why do people feel like because you're a Christian, everything you do got to be Christian based? Not because I'm a Christian, I only can act in Christian
People dogged out
plays.
T.D. Jakes when he had that talk show.
Right.
Oh, TD, you're trying to be like Phil Donahue
yes.
or like Oprah.
Exactly. Our show isn't Christian. We bring our Christian thoughts and things in, or our mindset.
Because that's who we are.
But we talk about everybody. We don't just talk about Christian artists.
Thank you.
So anyway, that was the first thing, misconception. Okay. He says it's not a Christian dating show.
Okay.
The other thing that I liked about them is they were being real. They were like, even though we've been married for 27 years and we give advice, we don't have all the answers. Mm-hmm. And each person is different. Mm-hmm. You do what works for you and your household. Mm-hmm. How your dynamic between you two.
How you communicate.
And then she came in, she said, but one thing I am happy about is that we're friends. Mm-hmm. And she said, even going through hard times or whatever, I still cared about him because he was my friend.
Okay.
And when you have somebody who you have a genuine friendship with that you love and adore and you actually like, it helps you get through those hard times.
Right. That's good.
Because you're my friend. I don't want to lose a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good if a couple can be friends.
Yeah. So I like that.
Or they are friends.
I liked how he said, he gave an example of church being a hospital. Like we always say, church is a hospital.
Somebody had dogged that out one too. Somebody gave another side.
Well,
but go ahead with his
he said you could be sitting next to somebody in the waiting room and asking them questions, and they there for the same thing you there for.
Okay.
And they giving good, like you a cancer survivor. You could be going to get your thing you always get, your scan or whatever. It's a hospital. Yeah. And somebody could be sitting next to you just starting a journey of colon cancer. And they may say, excuse me, I don't mean to be in your business, but are you here for colon cancer? And you may say, yes, I've been cancer free, and I'm here to get my scans. Okay. I'm following the direction. I'm not released from having to come back.
Okay.
So I'm still a patient.
I still come.
But you're a patient.
Yeah.
But it don't mean you can't give me
advice.
Or I could
be an employer there.
But it don't mean you can't give me advice on my journey. I might be just starting.
Because we're in the same boat as far as what we've experienced.
And what if I see you next month and you got it again?
Okay.
The previous month you didn't. You was getting scared.
Where's this going?
Well,
aren't y'all asking that?
Quit looking at him. If he fall off the wagon, and y'all be like, Kirk Franklin is a Christian. He didn't fell off the wagon. I'm seeing this man over here doing drugs or drinking. He's supposed to be a Christian. Mm-hmm. I'm a patient just like you.
Yeah, in the hospital.
I was good. I was sober. I was doing good. I was telling the wagon. I was giving you advice. I was talking to people. I was telling them how to stay, focused and don't drink. Yeah. And then you come in next month. I'm a bum. I'm drinking and doing everything. We all at the hospital.
Okay.
So I like how he gave that analogy.
But you know what? Let's go beyond that, because we say it's like a hospital. Think about it. Nurses, doctors, they get sick too. Mm-hmm. They work on you, they help you, and they get sick too.
And they also catch your diseases.
And there's some hospitals that are not good administration, bad on how they manage their sick people, how they manage their money. There's some ministries that's just like a church.
They don't know how to run their hospital.
Thank you.
Or you have a nurse who's supposed to stand up for 18 hours or whatever. Yeah. And she can't even hardly stand up for 1 hour.
Because she out of shape.
She out of shape.
Her feet are hurting.
You're supposed to be casting out devils and you can't even hardly make it up to
out of shape.
Eating fried chicken and stuff.
Thank you. See, the temple of the Holy Spirit. You misusing it.
But if you are a doctor, which I'm saying these pastors.
Some doctors don't have bedside manners.
But if you are a doctor, and you can't even do my surgery because you have a illness and you falling out, you need to sit down. And you're
too prideful to admit it.
You need to sit.
To get some help.
Thank you. Or sit down and let somebody else do the surgery. So in many ways, it is a hospital. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like that analogy.
Okay.
And I like how he was, now this is going to be controversial.
What?
Because some of the people on that show, they having sex and everything. They premarital.
Are they letting them do it?
Not in front of them.
No, I'm saying that are they pretty much putting the rules down? Guys, try not to.
No, but they don't. No, they don't talk about,
because they do that on The Bachelor.
On this show, they don't talk about fornication.
Okay. It's not
if somebody's sitting with her,
secular show.
If somebody's sitting with her, I'm warning everybody. That's what they kind of doing.
Okay.
And a lady is sitting across from her to get her opinion. How good should a man be in bed or something? Mm. And she's giving her opinion about sex and how important it is or whatever. Mm-hmm. She's giving it. She's married, so obviously she's talking about Kirk. But the lady sitting across from her is not talking about being married. She's talking about now having sex.
Because there's been some secular shows like these where the woman was actually saying she's celibate.
Right.
And most women don't say that on these little shows they trying to date and get with somebody.
Yeah.
Because you always hear the opposite. Let me try it out. Let me do, I got to see if you work. So she's like, no, I'm celibate.
So Charlamagne and them asked them, and they were saying, should we do this? Because they pastor, Christian. Mm-hmm. Should you do this? Ask them sexual questions. And DJ Envy and Claudia, because Claudia was on there for the week, they asked him a sexual question. Because they was talking about it before they came in. If a man can't get it up, he can't satisfy you anymore, is that cause enough to leave him? And of course she said, well, if you marry, no, because you're supposed to be for better or for worse.
Better for worse. And that's the worst.
And Kirk was
because they can be an accident and be
paralegal or whatever.
You can't have something with
and Kirk was being funny all while she was talking, but she's not talking about me. So and she answered this question. I don't have that. And he said, do I have that problem? She said, stop. You don't leave it alone.
But you know what?
But hold on.
Go ahead.
She didn't say the same if you was dating. She was like, where is that? She said you would hope that the person is wonderful, and there's other. She said for me,
try it out.
She said if you ask me,
don't buy a car without driving.
She said me. She said I would, because I was looking at other things that was more important than that. But if that's a big thing in your life and you're not married,
it's like remember we talked about Steve Harvey, his book. He had a 3-month rule or 90-day rule or something.
Oh, okay.
I see what he's saying, even from a secular point of view. You don't want to, if you can do your best to be celibate. Do your best.
Right.
My God.
Right.
Try to get to know him.
So then
what's his favorite color?
They went on another.
But Steve Harvey has even said there's a 90-day rule.
Right.
Don't just jump in bed with
then
him.
The other one was they said, well, if he can't do that, he can do other stuff. So then that's when they was going ready to go down that lane.
Creative.
So then that's when we said, well, see, do Christians talk about stuff like that?
They should.
So that was a very good
Kirk Franklin has come out. Kirk Franklin has been open
about being hooked on
porn. He had a problem with pornography. His wife would say, I felt like he was having an affair on pornography because that would take his time.
Right.
And that wouldn't be spent with me.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they've gone through some ups and downs even in their own marriage.
But I like them. I know you're going to watch the show. They're going to get some
slack, Christians.
They're not going to like the show.
Remember how Christians was with the Clark sisters when they had Jesus is the answer?
Yeah.
That little Stevie Wonder sounding song. Yeah. Their mom got slammed for that.
But now everybody playing the song.
I know. And it was on Soul Train.
Kirk Franklin. When Kirk Franklin first came out,
let me tell you this story. My family, we had in one of the cities in Indiana. He would do things with the kids, and they would do dance. Like youth would dance to Kirk Franklin music. You thinking, okay, it's Christian music, it's contemporary. Their parent, that little one guy, he couldn't dance, he couldn't participate with the kids, and he was so hurt. His family was very conservative. They didn't want him dancing to any Kirk Franklin music.
Right.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's not like he's dancing to Prince.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
Well, remember when Kirk Franklin first came out, he was controversial.
I know.
Not everybody's
been controversial. Andre Crouch was.
Everybody is. Anytime you break against the norm, they always label you a heroic or whatever they call that. A troublemaker. You're not saved.
And you're trailblazing, but people don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we
be
gonna
ready
watch the show
and be ready because it's not a Christian show. Be ready for them to talk about stuff they talk about.
It's probably gonna be similar to the one Mama Uncle Tom, nephew Tommy. I always call him Uncle Tommy. Steve Harvey's nephew.
Can you imagine if it wasn't a show with Uncle Tom?
I don't think people will watch it, depending on what color it is.
I was going to say, it'll be a lot of people watching that show.
Okay.
All right, so that's your Kirk Franklin. You got that out the way. What happened on The View?
I guess they was making, Trump was criticizing the lady who did the interview with him.
Well, he said she was a nasty woman.
You said that he I thought he wanted her to be there because she was Republican.
But he didn't know she was going to push back at him like that. Yeah, remember he said, you're a nasty woman.
Because he wouldn't have done it with anybody else.
No. But he didn't like her.
He did say she was nasty.
Yeah, he said it. He didn't say nothing behind her back.
So that's what they talked about.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. Is that what we're going to talk about?
Man, we don't have to. Let's move on.
Yeah, because
I'm tired of talking about Trump. Because I know Wendy is.
He said that while they was there. He said, you're a nasty woman.
Even in the middle of the discussion. Boy, she should have said something. Man.
She should have said, not as nasty as you are.
Thank you. She should have said, not as nasty as you. Grabbing women by the...
Or she should have said, maybe I'm not nasty enough for someone like you.
Thank you, because I hear you grab... Shut him up. Shut him down. I like when people throw shade like that. That's good. You come back and you make them even go ahead.
So why would they have different views on that? Did all of them say something different? They just made a comment about it.
I think they all made. Sonny gave her opinion Friday. Huh?
They all made comments.
Sonny gave her opinion Friday. She didn't like her as a. She felt they should have gotten somebody else to do the interview.
So saying,
and everybody's been dogging out CNN.
Yeah.
For doing this.
People either like it or they didn't like it.
Here's the thing that concerns me. When I listen to Sonny makes those comments, or if I listen to people that say, you shouldn't give him no platform. You shouldn't. People, y'all don't understand the freedom of speech we have in this country.
Don't say it anyway.
Don't say, I don't want to hear them because they don't agree.
Right.
We let the Ku Klux Klan march.
Yeah.
We let ugly, evil groups and people freedom. Now, what comes with that is going to be backlash. Yeah, whatever. But I don't want our freedom being given up because it reminds me of communists in Europe where everybody had to think the same. Right. Everybody had to say the same thing. I don't like that.
All right. Emerald says, Emerald is tired of talking about Trump too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Biden uses Howard University University commencement address to appeal to Black voters.
We all knew that.
Now you told me when you told me he came to Howard University. He
was speaking at Howard
and
when
he gave the commencement speech. The first thing I said was, so it's election time. Of course you're gonna come and give a commencement speech at Howard. You want the Black vote. Why?
Here's the thing. At my commencement thing, the school I went to, was a Christian school. You would never known that with a lot of the racism we had to deal with. It was majority white, so it was a very small percentage of Blacks there. And it was part of a denomination that has Black congregations and white congregations, and some congregations are mixed. But I think our school was trying to promote. I was part of an admissions, a singing group that we worked in admissions. We actually got paid to travel around the country and to try to, not solicit, what's the word? Bring in more minority students, kids of color. And we did. They saw us having fun and we were doing what we were doing. A lot of people from my city went to my college. So that worked, that admissions plan worked. Well, the school realized that we had a low percentage of people of color. So at my commencement service, guess who spoke? Coretta Scott King. We ain't never had nobody. They had Black leaders, probably from the church that denomination was. But when they brought in Coretta Scott King to speak at my commencement, I knew right away, I know what y'all trying to do. I was happy that she was there, but I knew why they did it. And it did kind of stir up and brought in a lot of more minorities because of that. Well, he's going to speak at a Black college. Problem.
Here's the issue that I had. I let you go a long time with that
one. Go ahead. Well, I had to tell the story.
Right. Okay. The reason why.
You told your story about the drugs.
I know, but nobody cares about your...
Y'all don't care that Coretta Scott King spoke at my commencement service?
I'm talking about you singing.
But you really care that she went into some dope dealer house and could have gotten arrested. Go ahead.
That's more suspenseful. I care about that.
But we talked about
one day we was on the highway and I never will forget.
We talking about the purpose of a white.
See what happened?
Black woman at a white campus.
It took you 10 minutes to get to Coretta.
Go ahead.
See, I was in this group, right? And I sung alto. And another person sung soprano. Now, I always wanted to sing soprano.
That, but that's true.
I always wanted to sing soprano. But when I went in the audition, I couldn't get that note. So what happened was, we traded off
I didn't do all that.
Sometimes she would sing soprano, and sometimes I would sing alto. But one day, we traveled all around. And one day we was in California, and we was driving down the street. And what happened was, they sent us all over the place.
That was
we went to New Jersey. We went to California. We went to Washington. We went all over the place.
Okay.
We had a good time.
Okay.
We were sleeping in vans.
I didn't say all of that. No.
Well, I say all
and y'all was the time. If we were to go back and review this and time who spoke the longest. Her story. You know what? She was my friend. They didn't even know. Right. They thought I was a cop. But then when they asked me questions, they knew I wasn't a cop.
They wanted us to recruit Black kids.
Stop.
But all of that points to the fact that when I graduated, see, they wanted us to recruit Black kids. Now keep that in mind. Guess who spoke at my commencement thing? Correct.
And you know what? She's making it longer by still extending it, talking about it.
All right, whatever.
Go ahead.
All right, so Biden speaking here. The problem that people had with him speaking, different than when your Coretta spoke. When Coretta spoke, I was in the audience, and Coretta spoke to the graduates about lifting them up and you have more to look for in your life. And it was a personal message.
Okay.
You've gone these 4 years and you've done it.
Okay.
Now you're able to get out there in the real world and do it. They said all he spoke about was his campaign. Nobody wants to hear about your campaign.
That's not true. That's not true. Because the part that I heard him speak on, what did he talk about? I'm laughing because majority of it was just like a campaign.
Thank you.
He spoke about race.
He said
race
it
relations because he talked about his time in Chicago before he worked with Obama and became vice president. He talked about years back when he first became a lawyer or whatever. You think times have changed, but he said they haven't. And that's what the concern
and
is.
The
so
problem,
he did speak a little
so
bit.
So the problem that I have with him is, you say all of that to say what? What have you done to progress Black people?
You didn't say nothing
you
like that?
You speaking at Howard University, you ain't gave no money to HBCUs.
We don't like
you haven't passed the George Floyd bill.
And you keep saying that Trump has. What schools has Trump actually given money to?
Oh, yeah, they gave the government gave money to HBCU.
Oh, gee, he didn't.
No, he signed the thing for them to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's to get Black votes, too.
Well, obviously.
See, we can go back and forth.
All I'm saying
we know their motives.
No, it can't go back and forth because what has he done?
I don't know what he's done. I'm sure there's things that we're still waiting for him to do.
All right, well.
But I get your point. I mean, yeah, we're still waiting.
And then if you are going to come and we know you haven't done anything, at least talk to them about being graduates and going on and encourage them.
So he didn't do none of that.
They was like, his speech was a campaign
campaign well, we knew
thing.
that part of it, yes.
So no, I don't say. I don't care about y'all. I'm telling y'all, the only thing that's going to help Joe Biden is if nothing can help him. But the only thing that will help this country is if another person becomes the Republican candidate other than Trump. Because that's going to be the person who's going to be the next president of the United States.
We'll see. Okay.
All right. Where am I at? Dealing with him. Let me see where y'all at. Emerald is tired, of Trump. Emerald says, laughing my A off. You guys are mad funny. Mike says, hit the like button. That's right, Mike. Y'all hit the like button because they don't see us. The computer, it's a stupid computer. And he doesn't know, or she, whatever it doesn't know. It. Unless you hit the like button.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Jonathan Majors is dating actress Megan Good.
I thought it was a joke when you first told me.
It is true. It's on everything. At first somebody reported it and I was like, I don't know. Is that real? Then everybody started reporting it, including TMZ and People Magazine.
But here's the thing. When? Because he was with the chick that got him in trouble not too long ago.
The actor 33, who is currently facing assault charges, and the actress 41, I didn't know she was 41, are currently seeing each other. People can confirm. TMZ was the first to report the news. An eyewitness told the outlet that the duo were at a Alamo Draft House in Los Angeles last weekend to see a movie. Representatives for both Majors and Good did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. Come on, y'all. First of all, let's talk about what's so wrong with this story. He is facing assault charges. Okay?
That's why I'm like, when did she start talking to him? Why are you
going out publicly? Even if you like him and y'all talking, do that on the slide. Because what this looks like to everybody is a PR stunt. The dude is in the middle of assault charges on a woman.
That has to be investigated, yeah.
Number two, whether y'all like it or not, a white woman.
Okay.
What other Black woman have y'all seen him with?
Because they thought that Michael B. Jordan with
Yes,
Harvey's
Lori
daughter
Harvey.
Was publicity.
Because that was the first Black woman we saw him with. So the first Black woman, everyone that you go look at all these red carpets, they all white women. So the first time we see you with a Black woman is when you facing assault charges for beating up a white woman.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to still be invited to the picnic.
Was he carrying that stupid cup when they went out?
Probably not. I just wanted to know the timing.
Then,
had they start talking and then he went with that the chick that got him in trouble and he's just still talking, or did they get together after he had that issue with that lady?
Then you got her. Now, big giant marriage to a pastor.
Yeah.
Is he a pastor?
I think he's a minister.
Youth minister
I don't know.
Or a pastor? I don't know.
I don't think he pastors a church.
So he's
y'all
just
can confirm that. I don't think Megan's
she was
ex-husband he's a minister
pastor,
but like how they say pastors of the youth or whatever. He got a lot of slack being with her.
Emerald says since her divorce, it seems that she chooses poorly in her love life. I was getting ready to say that, Emerald. Right after she got let's talk about it.
Okay.
Married to this man who's a minister.
Maybe she likes controlling men.
Well, hold on. Married this man, a minister. When I listened to their story, because I've listened to her on interviews with him.
Right.
Megan was going down the whole ramp. Every dude was sleeping with Megan. And so she had to pull away from Hollywood, sanctify herself, and marry a minister. Because that make her don't look so hoish. Because you got married.
You got a title.
You got a title now. You giving your life over to God, which I believe she can.
Okay.
And now she's married to a minister. She's not out there, hoeing no more. Mm-hmm. Now she's saying, I felt pressured. I felt like people was expecting me to be a certain way. I couldn't do my love scenes.
She would actually confess her relationship with Christ too.
Yes.
You know, they both were ministering together and she was saved as well.
Yes. Yeah. So she's saying, even though I'm saved, I don't feel free in this marriage.
Okay.
So we was like, okay, that's fine. So they got a divorce. You would think right after that, she would take time on herself. You know what? I just got out of a marriage. I don't want to rebound. I'm saved. Mm-hmm. I want to get into this whole thing of being a celebrity and being a Christian.
Unless that was a facade,
then
or
she started
really
dating.
Struggling.
She started dating her the guy that works you out.
Or her fitness
instructor or something like that.
Okay.
Horrible dude. He would look like he just would run anybody.
Really?
So everybody was like, she couldn't possibly be dating him. That got to be a rumor.
Wow.
Then it was somebody else she was seen with or something talking
since
to.
Her husband. Since
but all guys that, like the worst guys. Not like.
We all can probably assume there's a void.
And nobody's
saying. She's trying to fill that void.
Nobody's saying that what they saying about Jonathan Majors is true. It could be false. Mm-hmm. It could be all proven in the court of law that it's allegedly. He could be the best guy in the world. Mm-hmm. He could have been the guy sent by God to be with her. Mm-hmm. And she feel it in her spirit. Don't go out now. He's in the middle. That's not God. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. He's in the middle of assault charges.
But she never said it was God. Remember, she's not claiming that she's following the path of God and righteousness, because you said she's been with some knuckleheads since her husband.
So do you think
I think she's just on a path to fill whatever void she can fill it.
Using it to get into the media, because that it looks good for him because he's with a black woman and he's in the middle of assault charges. So it looks like, well, he can't be that bad if a woman is with him, a famous woman is with him, and then it looks good for her, I guess, because it shows that she's a second chance type of person, and she looks at people's hearts, and she doesn't look at them, people saying they beat them up or with a cup and all that.
Yeah, she looks beyond that.
She looks beyond that into who that person is. To me, it smells PR. It smells publicity.
It smells whatever. You're right. It can be any of those scenarios, but the bottom line is still not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. If it's PR, that's not good.
Yeah.
If it's her bouncing back from a relationship issue, it's not good. She needs to take time and know herself and find herself.
Yeah.
If it's for the fact that she just wants to be with him for real, it's not good, because she needs to take time for him to get the investigation to go through. Yeah. So any reason you give, it's not good.
So I just think if they are dating, they shouldn't be going out. Just watch a movie at home.
Give us some time. Yeah.
Order a pizza, watch a movie at home. Let him get through this case. You out there too much.
And then maybe revisit once he's been free, to do it.
Wendy says, whoa. Emerald says,
wow.
Oh, wow. Emerald says, I assume that being with the pastor made her go against her true character, because no one gets married and says that they are free. That's true. She was in bondage when she was married.
What? Maybe was he? I didn't really know.
Then again, knowing him,
I didn't really like him. Y'all.
I didn't like him. I could see being in bondage being with him.
He wasn't a favorite guy of mine. I think he was very arrogant.
He's too much too,
and
all in your face.
And he may be controlling. Maybe she still gravitates to controlling men.
That's not good for Jonathan Majors then. You don't have assault charges and you with a woman that everybody says with controlling men?
Because he may knock her head off.
So I'm just saying, let's follow this story, y'all. I'm hoping that it turns out good.
Okay.
I like Megan. I hope I don't know Jonathan enough to like him.
They're both good actors.
They both good actors. I don't know. It smells publicity to me.
Yeah.
If it is supposed to be where they're supposed to be together, you can wait. You don't have to be all out in the public.
Her ex is probably thinking some things.
Her ex is probably like, you left me to go with a guy that has assault charges. And was I that bad, Megan?
Oh my goodness.
And she gonna be like, yeah. You were.
Ooh, okay.
He wants a family though. Her ex-husband.
She didn't want one, did she?
Not now. She 41. When's she gonna want one?
Well, she may not ever want one.
So they should have never got married then.
Yeah,
all right, so we passed our hour. Okay. That's it. We could talk about Kanye another time. Well, I'll say it real quick because I don't want to call back to Kanye. Adidas is selling the shoes. All those shoes they made for him. They have to get rid of them. So they went into
the Yeezys?
The Yeezys too, all of his shoes.
Oh.
So they went into an agreement with him to sell all his shoes and he gets a large percentage of it. So he'll be a billionaire again.
You think they'll sell them for a good price, a low price? That'd be the
time
no,
it's regular. And he'll be a billionaire again. Because the percentage that he's going to get from it.
Because they're expensive.
Yeah. And that's their way of doing business with him again. We already know allegedly they Nazis. They don't care about what he said.
Okay.
They wish they didn't have to get rid of him in the first place. But because it was, everybody made a big deal about it. But anyway, Kanye West just filed a trademark application for sock shoes. He invented a sock shoe, I guess.
That's different. What's a sock shoe?
And it's under his trademark. So get ready for a new sock shoe from Kanye,
different.
Y'all.
A sock shoe.
Yeezy
so that means if it's
sock
a cloth,
shoes.
though, wouldn't it be dirty? Is any leather on it or any material?
I don't know.
Canvas or
I don't know. Maybe the bottom of it is rubber, but the whole rest of the shoe is a sock.
Oh, well.
It was filed only days before Adidas said it would sell its Yeezy stock and donate profits to charity. They said they're going to donate the profits that they make off of his shoe to charity.
Okay.
And then he still gets a portion of it, though. It may never launch this sock shoe, though as Ye has trademarked several other ideas that have never materialized.
Oh.
So we may never see this sock shoe, but he may know somebody may be trying to steal it, and that might be why he trademarked it.
Yeezy sock shoes.
Yeezy sock shoe. So get ready to see a Yeezy sock shoe, maybe. If not, he owns it. So if you see it, he gonna get money off of that.
Okay.
Wendy says her husband divorced her. Well, that's because he really didn't divorce her, Wendy. On paper, he divorced her. Megan left him way before he divorced her. And he was begging for her to come back. So I don't consider that divorcing her. I think you divorce somebody when they leave you and obviously aren't coming back and dog you out in public. Then you have no choice but to go down to the courthouse and divorce them. But to me, the person who left is the one who really divorced. She just didn't do it legally.
Okay.
Wendy says Shaquilla's fight. We talked about that already on the last show. Remember, we talked about those girls jumping.
The people that beat up her.
But then I found out today they lied.
They really did.
No, they trying to get clout off of Shaquilla's name. That fight had nothing to do with Shaquilla Robinson, and they didn't even know those were the girls who had something to do with her death until after, and it was on social media.
Oh, so that was just a regular fight.
That was a regular fight because the table of the girls that was not famous had their cameras pointed at the girls who beat up Shaquilla or Shaquilla. But they didn't know they was famous. They was showing it because there was something going on over there and they was trying to get it on social media. And that's when the one that beat up Shaquilla,
who still has an issue with anger,
walked over to their table and said, "Stop photographing." She probably thought they knew who they were. And she said, "Stop photographing us." And then they was like, who you talking, all that. So she tried to snatch the camera from the girl's thing. And that's when they was like, let's go outside because they didn't want to get the police called on them fighting in the restaurant.
Right.
So that's when they all went outside and they jumped, whatever the one girl is, they beat her up, banged her head up against the thing. One of the girls, the Carbo 6. And they said the other ones didn't do nothing. They was standing there watching her get beat up.
The one that did beat up, what's her name?
Shaquilla was just standing there. Shaquilla was watching, just looking at her friend get beat up. Didn't even jump in. So they not even good friends with each other.
And she causing trouble. That shows that she's still a troublemaker.
She's still a troublemaker.
I'm sorry, Lord. We keep saying it. I pray that that the justice be done with this.
Yeah. And then Wendy sent me this thing on these white supremacists was marching in Washington.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying. They marching like we want to be heard, we want to be seen,
and they
came out hundreds. It was hundreds of them.
Yeah,
as long as you don't hit nobody, I don't care.
That's the democracy. That's the freedom in our country that we have. Yes, ugly.
And they was like, take America back. They feel like America has gone away. Like we taking America.
Here's the thing: we had a inauguration today for the Chicago mayor, Mayor Johnson, and Karen Clark Shears was there and sang her heart out. The Soul Children sang. It was a really nice inauguration that you normally have for your mayors and your higher levels. One of the ladies that got up spoke first was a Native American, and she got really down and dirty with the history and even with Chicago, because Chicago here to Wisconsin is all Native American historically. And every time I hear Native Americans talk about the things they have to go through, they get restitution and so forth too. A lot of them, even from the casinos as well, and then property. We have a friend that's Native American, and their tribe is known, and they get money, they get education free. My old roommate proved that she was half Native American. That was a tribe that was accepted. She got her education free. So I always wish that somebody tell these white supremacists that the country don't even belong to y'all.
It don't.
A Native American can come to all of them and say, y'all go back home.
Right.
This is our country. Y'all stole it.
And you know what I found out? Because I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
And some of these guys, these white supremacist guys, some of these shows I come across, I actually watch them because I want to hear their viewpoints and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them are mixed with Native American. So that's their whole thing now. Yeah. Their whole thing is, this is our land.
Because they're Native American halfway. Okay.
That's why you saw them Spanish names in the Proud Boys and stuff.
Yeah.
They mixed with a whole bunch of stuff.
That's when Anna was trying to explain to Sonny.
They're
not all one.
They don't believe in that pure white thing anymore. That's not what these guys rattle off anymore.
Okay.
They're more Christian, and the gays and all of them are taking over the world. So you can march with us, you Latino, or if you don't think that all these people should be out here, these LGBTQs and all this, then you can march with us. We want to take America back.
Thank you.
We want it to be wholesome. And my great granddaddy was Native American, so this land belongs to me. That's how they think.
Yeah.
They look white because they white, but they got Native American in their blood. Apache and all this other stuff.
Oh, those different tribes.
Yeah, they got a lot of those tribes. She said they had on modern costumes.
But yeah, the freedom what is that amendment that allows us the freedom of speech?
Yeah.
We're operating in that. Because I don't want us to be communists. I don't want us to go to a country, which is probably prophetic though, in the future. I believe it's going to be a time where even if you are a Christian, you got to hide under some highway, and they hear you say the name of Jesus, they may try to kill you. I don't want to be here when that happens. So thank you, Lord, for our freedom. God offers us a choice. He doesn't force us. We can choose him, we can choose the world, we can choose whatever. And I thank God if he offers us a choice and be free with our speech, why can't we?
All right.
So yeah.
All right, so there was no I told you the donkey the other day.
You started with
was
the donkey.
Jay Morant.
Jay Morant.
And that's it. All right, y'all. Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description.
And join if they can.
And join our membership once a month. We start going live outside of this. And then also other things. We got get
other products,
50% off of our stuff.
T-shirts, the hair products.
And talk. We could you us hear our views on things all the time, not just on this show or whatever.
Travel with us, be on the road with us.
We'll go live only with members, not on this, but in front of everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was I'm coughing. Go ahead.
Another Woods report.
See you later. Oh, as Wendy would go. Another Woods report. What Wendy say? My point was, it's very sad, not freedom of speech. Yeah. It's sad of them being stupid.
Well, the freedom of speech is allowing even knuckleheads like them to even freely speak. But it hurt us, but I don't want to knock someone else's freedom of speech because ours may get knocked down.
And it is sad because they are stupid and
still trying to push that whole white supremacist through.
Yeah.
How they feel, taking over. We're being overran by the immigrants coming or the blacks or the Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
All right, y'all. So see y'all later.
Okay.